These are the three parts we'll be working with to prepare the soundboard before installation. There are punch marks on the outside face. Drill the top and bottom holes. Try to keep the drill square and use a backing. This hole will help you find the center line on the inside face of the soundboard. At the shop, we prefer to use a drill press. You can use a hand drill if you don't have a drill press. Flip the soundboard over to the inside face. Draw the center line connecting the two holes. This will help guide the location of the reinforcement bar. Mark slightly above the top hole. Trace the location of the reinforcement bar. Apply glue evenly to the reinforcement bar. We prefer Type on 1 for gluing on the reinforcement bar. Spread the glue with a finger. It's nice to use masking tape to prevent the bar from sliding during clamping. Tape the bar centered on the string holes and match it to the bottom notch. Using weights and a scrap piece of wood is the easiest method. This will work if you don't have clamps. Here's another method using elastic bands. Cut a workboard out of 3/4 inch plywood shaped larger than the soundboard. Screw in drywall screws along the edge. We sell bungee cord by the foot, which works well. You can also use bike inner tubes, surgical tube, or some sort of banding that is elastic. Make sure you're pulling the elastic banding tightly. At the shop, we like to use a go bar deck. Some shelves can be made into go bar decks, or you can make one out of 2x4s and plywood. You can use 3/8 dowels or rip sticks on the table saw. It's my favorite way to clamp. Now you can prepare to glue on the stiffener brace. This brace helps to balance the bass notes. I like to mark to see where the brace intersects the highest string hole. To make sure I get the brace lined up right, I drill holes leading up to the brace. All these holes are drilled to 1/8 of an inch. Also drill the very bottom hole near the notch. Sand the brace before installing. It's easier to do this before installing. You can hand sand or use a power sander. Draw a center line like you did when preparing to glue the reinforcement bar. Use the same clamping methods that you use for gluing the reinforcement bar. Hopefully you found these methods for clamping to be helpful. To finish up, drill the rest of the holes all the way through with an 1/8 inch drill bit. I made a jig to raise the bars to help keep the soundboard surface perpendicular to the drill. Sand up the inside of the soundboard up to 150 grit sandpaper. Now the soundboard is ready to be glued to the sound box.